Because it is never gonna stop feeling weird to like walk into a store and purposefully buy things that aren't rated well. It just feels so counterintuitive to walk right past the stuff that works really well and go for the stuff that's like, meh. Hello everyone! I'm here today to share with you guys a video all around testing out some brand new launches. Most of these are from Sephora, and these are all relatively low rated. So like around 3 stars or under is kind of the ballpark which I was working with. I mean, a lot of products that are on Sephora, they're all like super highly rated, so this was tough. But I wanted to pick out products that were new to the game, that had a low rating or like a mid-low rating, and kind of give them a second chance. See what the deal was, see why they're rated so poorly, and see if I can make them work, if I enjoy them, and maybe they don't deserve such a low rating. Or maybe they were rated low by accident. I have seen that before. The whole review, it's like, this is amazing, best product ever, 1 star. So hopefully we find some good products from here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on new videos every Thursday and also on Sunday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So you can see I already have my brows on and my foundation on because I forgot one of the products is brushes. These are from Tarte and they're part of their Paradise collection, which launched recently, and I find that to be odd considering it's October. I feel like these should have been pumpkins, not pineapples, but maybe that's just me. These are rated just under 3 stars. There are 5 brushes in here. We have a variety of different types, so they all seem to be mostly like face brushes, I think. Oh, would you look at that? The flamingos are wearing Santa's hat. Okay, it was intentional. And inside, I love the Tarte packaging, by the way. They just make this whole experience just so fancy. Inside we have some very fancy looking gold brushes in the shapes of flamingos. I get it, I get it. And then a couple of pineapple brushes too, and we have one giant one, which I believe this is for contour. And it seems based on the reviews that the reason that people don't like these brushes is because they're awkward to hold and they also feel cheap. So let's assess that, shall we? So first of all, in terms of weight, I can see what people mean, like this one in particular, the flamingo one, is very like weighted towards the brush because this is obviously a lot heavier than the front part, so it feels a little bit uncomfortable to hold. You have to hold it like right here, like you're 5 trying to apply makeup. Anyone else do that with their mom's makeup? You just grab a brush and you're like, yeah, I know how to do this. And the pineapple one, it does look really pretty, but like pretty hollow. So let's start with the stippling brush. This is one of the flamingo ones. So I'm gonna try and hold it like this, and I'm gonna apply some more foundation because really you never have enough. And also it's kind of my bad for forgetting about this brush set. Okay, so stipple it on and then airbrush. It's not a very dense brush, which is fine for some types of products, but I feel like for a foundation, I want something that has like a little bit of something to it. It feels like it's not applying things really well. Also, it's like shedding all over my face. Oh no. Oh, now it's making my foundation all patchy. Cool. Okay, this is a bust. Go back in with my sponge and fix that nightmare. And I will get back to all of these brushes and we will test them out in a bit, but first I want to get on to concealer. I'm going to be testing out the new one from MAC. This is their Studio Fix 24-hour concealer, and this was rated just under 3 stars on the Ulta website yesterday when I bought it, and it seems to have been boosted up to 3 and like a little tiny little bit. So maybe it's redeeming itself, I don't know. This concealer is supposed to be a 24-hour wear concealer as per the name, and it is medium to full coverage, and it's supposed to stay true to color, not cake, not crease at all for a full 24 hours. So I'm not going to test it for 24 hours, but best believe I'm going to be wearing this all day. So I have a couple of different shades here because I wasn't really sure what shade I kind of wanted to go with. But let's start with NW10. That feels right. So it is a very small applicator. Like, is it just me or is that a very teeny tiny little applicator? Or maybe I'm just used to the giant ones that have been developed lately. Also, I've been on a massive concealer spree recently, so I feel like I have like a good placement of where they all are in like hierarchy for me. So we'll see where this one fits. Hopefully it's near the top. Who knows? Also, if this is true to color, then this is going to be too light. Let's try NW15. That feels a little bit better, right? I dislike the smaller applicators for underneath the eyes, though I understand why they're there because I feel like it'd be really good for more precision when you're trying to apply them on top of any blemishes. But a little bit annoying under the eyes. And let's try a brush on one side for blending it in. Okay, definitely medium coverage. It will need to be built up if you want it to like really cover dark circles. Let's try the sponge in comparison. This is definitely more of a lightweight concealer. You can see it's not fully covering up the circles under my eye. I'm gonna try and double up and just see if that does anything. By the way, the color that I just put on is NW22. I just wanted to kind of see in comparison, like that gonna be better? I don't know. And it seems like one of the primary issues that people had with it is that it's just not full enough coverage. It doesn't build up to full coverage the way they expected, and it also dries down too fast. So once you like put it on and blend it in and it dries, you're done. For me, it is sitting well underneath the eyes. It doesn't look very heavy or anything like that, so that's really nice. But it is definitely not building up to anywhere near full coverage for me. So if you like something that's a little bit lighter in coverage and how it looks underneath the eyes, you may really like this. But if you're looking for something that's going to be a full coverage, this is not going to work. But this actually might be really nice for like those no makeup days where you don't want anything super full coverage under the eyes, because this is going to look really awkward against your skin that doesn't have a lot of foundation or no foundation on. And so you want the skin areas to kind of match. So this might be actually like a really good fit for that. But we'll see how this looks by end of day, because maybe I won't like it at all. Okay, now I'm going to set everything with this like flamingo fluffy brush thing, and I'm going to use the Elizabeth Arden. This is their blurring powder. I haven't used this one in a while. I've been using a lot of the hourglass ones, so let's go in with this one. It's a really good one. I'm just going to kind of swirl it onto the skin. Again, this is just, it's very awkward to hold. Like, why am I holding it up here? I feel like a child. And also just the brush itself is sort of like an odd taper situation. It's kind of like uneven, and maybe that's just the way that it was packaged or whatever, but it's not applying the product as well as I would like. The brush feels a little bit on the flimsy side too, which isn't great. Yeah, I feel like over time this would just get annoying because I'm kind of holding it here because I'm trying to hold it farther back. So I'm like holding it like this and I'm getting like a cramp in my hand. Yeah, no, this isn't good. Okay, now moving on to a product by Laura Mercier. This is their Magic Hour Face Illuminating Palette. So this has 4 different shades in it. It has a cool like texture to the top of it, which is kind of fun. Look at that packaging. Ugh, I really like that. So this is a quad of 4 different highlighting shades right here that are just going to add this nice soft, like subtle highlighting glow to the skin. Apparently it has a non-dusty texture, which allows for excellent color payoff. It applies smoothly without any dragging, and you can kind of like mix and match the shades to find something that's going to give you a nice overall radiance. And it seems that the primary reason people didn't like this is that it was very glittery for them. So let's try it out. We'll see if it's glittery. Oh, do I have to use these like flamingo brushes again? Ugh. Okay, let's try this like pineapple thing. I'm gonna try this more bronzy shade. We'll do a little like glowy bronze today. Okay, it's not picking up a lot of product. How do you wield this? And now that I'm holding it like this, it looks like I'm holding a fish. It's bizarre. Okay, this brush is annoying. Let's try a different one. The color is very, very subtle. Like this is taking some work to build it up, which is fine. It's not glittery so far for me. Okay, that's very gold. That's like yellow on my skin. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's try and layer this like pink one on top. I don't like it. I don't know what it is about this, but I don't like it. Okay, one more try. Let me try and like swirl my brush into a couple of these and just like sweep it around my face. Whoa, did you see how much product I just picked up? Like look at the side of my face here. Sweep it ahead, sweep it ahead. And the shade of highlight too feels a little bit dark for me. I'm trying to see what it would look like as more of like an overall sheen to the skin. But even that, or like a blush topper maybe? I don't know. It almost looks a little bit textured on the skin, which I know is not the intent of this product. The shades aren't really working for my skin tone. I don't like how they're applying that well. I don't like this. All right, let's jump into another product from Tarte. I feel like I'm really going in on Tarte, and I like the brand and a lot of the products, but these 2 products were very poorly rated. This right here is their Life of the Party Clay Blush Palette and Clutch. And clutch, everyone. How is this? I want to know the clutch part of this. Are you supposed to carry around your blush with you? Please tell me you can like take this out, right? Okay. So you're supposed to take out the blush and then you can use this as a clutch if you're 7. Inside's really nice. I love the quality of the pink. I love how vibrant it is. I love the sheen. It's definitely like got some good like, I don't know, some good heaviness to it. Like it feels nice and weighted, which is good. But like the outside, like I don't have anything that would go with that. But to each their own. Maybe the product is really good and maybe you really like a sparkly purse. I don't know. It feels good quality, if that helps. So in here we have a variety of different blushes and bronzers. We have 2 more shimmery shades and the rest are mattes. So let's apply these on top of the more shimmery shades, and we'll give that a go. I did this entirely out of order. My apologies. Okay, I was gonna use a big fluffy brush for this, but these are just too small for that. Let's try again. All right, that is showing up well. I'm using the darkest matte bronzer, and I am not using the Tarte brush because I think we can all safely say I've tested them enough and they are not very good. Then I think I'm gonna go in with this blush right here. It's more of like a nude shade. Just want to see how pigmented it is. I think actually the Tarte blushes were one of the first like high-end blushes I ever got into. They're really good, so I have like high expectations for these. These should work out really well. Now I'm like mixing a couple of the colors together, and I like it. The quality of the product is there. They're easy to blend out. They're pretty shades. So I mean, if you're in the market for a nice sparkly purse, then maybe this is up your alley. The product, like the quality of the product is good, but I personally wouldn't buy it because I would never use this. Now into an eyeshadow palette. This is from Becca. It is their Volcano Goddess palette. I've never tried out any eyeshadows from Becca before. I really like their highlights, but never tried their eyeshadows. But according to all the reviews, again, it is just 2.8 stars out of 5. The mattes were very chalky and the shimmers were just not pigmented at all. So that's kind of disappointing considering how good their highlights are. You would think they would have nailed the whole like shimmer thing by now. So here are the shades right here, and they are much more on the cool tone side of things, which is interesting. I haven't seen a brand do that in a while. Then we have these like super frosty colors on the side here as well as over here, and then a couple of matte shades, but mostly shimmers. Which is interesting. I want to swatch some of these like more orangey tones, which is a surprising inclusion in a very cool tone palette. Okay, that's what they look like. That's like pigmented though, right? Wowza, that's very nice. Why y'all so mad at this palette? And then let's see, Diamond Dust here. Starting to understand. That was very like chunky. It feels almost like the oils in the product are too solid and it's not giving me like a good swatch. It's just like a very like chunky swatch. I don't know if it's gonna show up for you guys, but that is not showing up the way I expected it to. The colors are really pretty duochrome though. Kind of like that. Okay, let's put this on the eyes. So I'm gonna start with a volcanic sand all over the eyes, and then we'll go in with granite sort of into the crease. Wow, these are very dusty. So far the mattes are blending out pretty well. I'm getting them on the eyes, just kind of blending everything in. They're very dusty in pan though, just as a heads up for anyone where that may annoy you. Some people it really annoys them. For me, I'm not like super fussed by it, but like it does make for a very messy palette. Then let's take a little bit of a red rock right here, which is more of a shimmer and less of like a metallic like these ones. I'm gonna pop that on the outer edge. So it definitely needs a little bit of building. Like the first time around, I don't get as much of that shimmer as I would like, but then like building up another layer, then I see it. I'm gonna try a more like a flat brush for this Diamond Dust shade. I'm gonna take that. That doesn't look promising. Oh, that's junky. I'm gonna try and blend this with my fingertips. Maybe it's one of those shadows. That is chunky. Oh, I don't like that color. Oh, now I have to apply it to the other eye, you know, to be even. Then I'm gonna take a little of crater right here and I'm gonna put that underneath the eyes. I'm gonna see if I can take a bit of that Midnight Sapphire shade. This shade right here. I wanna see if I can like smudge that along the lash line. Wow, that was a fail. Do you see any blue? Because I do not. I had to like really get my brush in there and like swirl it in to try and get any sort of pigment with that. It's showing up more like black. Even like up here, it's just not wowing me, people. Other than the blue not popping enough, especially considering how beautiful it is in pan there, and this one turning almost to like a dark orangey gold color and being really crumbly. I found the other shades to be like nice and usable and workable if you like these tones and everything. But I think there are so many other palettes out there and so many launching like every freaking day that I feel are better overall. And like this one to me just like didn't have all the components together. Now I'm gonna go and finish up the eyes, and then we will go on to the lips. And then for the lips today, I'm gonna be trying this one by Lancome. It is their Absolute Rouge Drama Matte, and this is an ultra matte wear that's supposed to be super comfortable, very full pigment. So I went on the Sephora website and I saw that this had 3 stars, and I was like, perfect, we're gonna add this. Bought it, came home, and I was like, what did the reviews say? No reviews. And now I have no idea. So apparently this is a stronger, bolder matte than Lancome has ever made ever. And normally if I saw this being the most matte product ever, I'm like, done, don't want it. But apparently it's also composed of a gel that has light diffusing properties in it that is not going to make it look or feel so matte. And I got a nice dark, like a nice vampy fall shade, which I'm pretty stoked about. This is in Purple Temptation. It is this color right here, and even the lipstick bullet itself looks matte. All right, taking off the lip balm and what is probably a lot of foundation. And let's try this out and see what it feels like. That is clinging to every dry patch on my lips. And I am immediately regretting my decision to not apply a lip liner first. It feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel very thick, though I did apply a lot of layers, but this is going to come off like instantly. Like I can already feel it. It's gonna be like all over my face. Mwah! Yeah, no, that's gonna go everywhere. So now I'm gonna go about the rest of my day, see how everything is wearing, so I will check in with you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so it is now at the end of the day, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it is not a cute makeup day. First of all, let's start with the lipstick, because that was not great. I'll show you guys an image of what it looked like after I ate something. Like it started getting really patchy, and then I guess between the different emollients in there plus the drying agents in there, it just kind of balled up a little bit in certain areas. Super annoying. So now on to the concealer. So the issue that I have with it is I think the way that I set it, because I used one of those Tarte brushes to kind of play around and set it and whatever, it just didn't set it down the way that I normally would. Like I usually use like a sponge and a little bit of powder, and it just seems to, knocking things over, it just seems to set things down a lot better, and it stays put. It doesn't have like mascara smudges underneath. It just holds up a lot better. So I think I would have a lot more success if I had done it that way. So I think that's part of the problem. It's not my favorite concealer out there, but I do want to test it out a little bit more because it is medium coverage and something I would wear more on like a lighter makeup day. And then what are the other products here? This palette by Becca, there are just better eyeshadow palettes out there. This just didn't do it for me, especially for the price. And the Laura Mercier, the same thing. Like every so often in light, I'd be like, oh, my skin looks like naturally glowy. But then looking at it a little bit closer, it just looks a little glittery. I'm not a big fan of it. There are, again, better illuminating palettes out there. I did not like that one. And the brushes. The brushes. I don't know what happened with these because there are other brushes from Tarte that I really like. The ones, hold on, these ones with like the stars at the bottom were nice, but like everyone's been saying, they feel on the cheaper side. The brush quality, even like outside of the actual the base handle, isn't great. It didn't do what I had expected it or wanted it to do. I just did not like those brushes. They were not great. And then this blush clutch thing. The blushes and stuff are good. I like Tarte blushes. I think that they're good quality and I think that they show up really nicely. But the clutch is a bit much. If you are in the market for a glitter clutch though, this has got you covered. It just seems like a very niche market that's looking for blush as well as a clutch, but maybe that's just me. What do you guys think? Is there anything that you have tried from this list that you like, that you dislike? Let me know in the comments if there are any products out there that you guys want me to test out next. Check out the videos on the screen if you've missed any. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, and I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Love you all. Mwah.